What's going on? I love you. Welcome in. Much love. Trav here, bringing you a new deck today. I know people have been having fun with Dredge, and I've been having fun, but I wanted to do something new, and I want to play with Pyromancer goggles more. So, welcome in to the noobs. Question: if you're a noob, are you offended by that? Personally, I think noobs are cute. I think it's a term of endearment. And if you are offended, then awesome. I hope you find this enjoyable. But feedback always appreciated. My channel, from what I've seen on the internet, I think I ask more questions than anyone I've ever seen. There's probably someone out there, but I love feedback. And then for the Magic players who know exactly what's going on, let's zoom in on this. Why are we playing this? I just Magic for me is expression. I want to do what's fun, and I like doubling stuff. I've always liked mono red control. I've always liked Molten Rain. I've always liked land destruction. Something about mono red and playing it as a control. It's anti-stereotypical, which to me, I mean, we get put into boxes. Oh, red is burn. Green is ramp, you know. So when you go, no, no, red is control, green is counterspells, people are like, what the fuck, right? It bends thinking, so I like that. And goggles is a great way to play control in modern, and some of these cards are, yeah. It's so I'm gonna show you the deck, and we're gonna go through a few matches I played last night in the middle of the night, and we'll be back tomorrow or the next couple days probably for continued matches. So I started with Pyromancer's Goggles, taps for a red, and doubles the spell. So if you cast one bolt, you get two bolts. One bolt, two bolt, forked bolt, U-bolt. And we have Molten Rain, 4 damage, destroy 2 lands. Incendiary Command is crazy. 8 damage, destroy 2 lands, or sweep the board. I love this card. Works great with Pyromancer's Goggles. We've got Magmatic Insight and Tormenting Voice, which both let us discard and draw cards, and with Pyromancer Goggles, we're just picking up big swaths of cards. We've got Relic of Progenitus to fight on Dredge or Tarmogoyf or Snapcaster, exile the graveyard. We're not using our graveyard, so we can take advantage. Got Young Pyromancer as a possible win condition. If you're red with lots of instants and sorceries, it's great. I've got a Stone Rain. I had some more of those. It's not as good as Molten Rain. A few Anger of the Gods. Anger is a way to catch up with a slower deck. We've got a couple more on the board. And Anger is a way to deal with the Dredge Menace. But Young Pyromancer with Anger, not a combo, but requires strategies. And then I've got one Banefire to finish. X spell, 10 to the face, double it, take 20, bruh. Lands, I've got some mountains, we've got some mountains, and we've got some charge lands, which are great. They help us ramp, and then some get to encampments. So some man lands, if you will. Sideboarding is pretty cool. I'll show you what we've got. We've got Shattering Spree, blow up artifacts, Guttural Response, counter blue spells, Sudden Shock to shoot Infect and Affinity, just blast things before they can respond. Anger the Gods for more sweep. Stone Rain to destroy lands. By the way, again, you can see my books. I'm moving tomorrow, and hopefully that all goes smoothly. I hope that it doesn't disrupt the schedule too much. I'm going to record some stuff in advance. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through a few of my matches with this. Kingfishy. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead to monitor capture here. I'm stressed and I'm excited. Okay, so I played a few matches last night. I'm just going to walk you through them. Check it out. We've got our get to encampment. What if we make the cards way bigger? I know you can't read them anyways. Oh, check it out. We're playing against Dredge. We're playing against Dredge. My turn. Your turn. Opponent has got some stuffs in play. Check it out. Amalgams and blood gas. Should I go slower? I don't think so. And the opponent is puts us to 12. You know, what's interesting here is we have the young Pyro We have relics in our deck to stop this. You can see the board's advancing. I'm not going to explain every little thing that happens. I could if you want me to. Bunch of Vengevines. Although it looks okay, we can bolt that and trade here, so the opponent's got nothing left, but the way Dredge works is that's not going to last long. Tormenting Voice. Dogs, I hear you barking. We're going to have to go get the dogs. Gertrude and Beatrice. Drawing a bunch of cards, maybe a few too many lands, but young Pyromancer's coming in. See a flashback Faithless loading, and that brings back Bloodghast. Amalgam, sorry, we needed Relic, or we needed Anger of the Gods. Otherwise, that's just too much. GG, that was game one against Dredge. Show you a few matches from last night, and then I'm going to leave y'all hanging, and we'll do the live matches starting. Hasta mañana. Okay, so you look at this hand, we got Relic. Sometimes you don't want to play your big hate card on turn one, because you want to lure them in a little bit. So that's what I did in this case, but it made sense to play it on the second turn to stop the opponent from doing too much of anything. The way you want to play Relic is kind of wait until you have to. In this case, okay, it's gone. Nice job, opponent. We also have the Anger of the Gods. So if you have Anger and Young Pyromancer, the way I play it in a matchup like this is if you got something that's going to sweep your board, but you've got things in play, or creatures, just wait. Play control. There's no rush. You don't have to rush into things. Sequencing, right? Do the most important first. So I'm charging the Fungal Reaches here. Opponent has a lot with Troll. And cool thing is, we get to do our forked bolt here. Get Pyromancer Goggles, throw 2 lightning bolts at lot with Troll. And then from here, it's just Incendiary Command for days and nights. Take 8, bruh. It does let the opponent dredge Dackmore Salvage if they want, and they can start returning Bloodghast. They chose not to even do that, but it's just straight up damage. And they try to do some things, and bam. So you can see that the red deck's actually fairly competitive here. Hit you for 8 with Incendiary Command. Bang, bang. And then I'll show you game 3 of this match. And we had a couple other matches. Only the good stuff. So this is interesting. Look at this hand. Are you going to mulligan this hand? 2 Anger of the Gods, 1 Relic of Progenitus. Definite keep. So opponent starts dredging. Okay, we've got Relic down. Neonate. Unfortunately, I have to discard a card. No, wait, we don't have to discard a card yet. Neonate coming in. I figure, alright, we need to draw land, so I'm going to exile Sexodus, exile, and we brick, and that sucks. I discard the Incendiary Command. I'm supposed to discard a Pyromancer's Goggles, but my excuse is that I was tired. And my excuse is that it doesn't matter at all, so whatever. You can make decisions that just end up bearing 0 relevance frequently in Magic. Again, we're here. Opponent's giving us time because we have the Relic and we have the Angers, so we still have chances. Vengevine coming in. Okay, exiling this Relic. Finally hit a land. And there's another Vengevine. And we're down to our last turn. And if we draw a mountain, we're going to Anger the Gods, probably win. But we didn't. Although I screwed up, might have been able to Relic and dig 1 card deeper. That was obviously frustrating. And once again, Dredge, all hail Dredge. But we had a chance of victory, and we got screwed by Miss Lady Luck. So I'll show you game 2 here. This one's a really fun one. This will really warm your heart. Okay. Celestial Colonnade. Got a relic over here. Molten Slag Heaps. So if you're playing against counter decks, like the more mana you have, the more money you have, the more you can overwhelm them by just playing a bunch of stuff. So these charge lands are great because they just start ramping, and then you can dump 10 mana in a turn to their 3 or whatever, and just dominate them. Molten Rain, or Stone Rain, your Colonnade ends up working out. Opponent stuff is exiled. Molten Rain, the opponent, are you having fun yet? Opponent has no counter spells, just some burn and removal, I guess. Goggles on the battlefield, are you having fun? Are you having fun yet? Yeah, the opponent scooped the match at this point. I would too. That's the beauty of land destruction is sometimes it's just too good and people scoop out. All right, I got one more match for y'all, and then we're gonna do some other stuff. This one I accidentally mulliganed, which is funny. I couldn't even see the hand this time, but I was on the couch and I accidentally clicked mulligan. I was like, fuck, that hand was a keeper. But the opponent mulliganed too, so it's no worries. Turn one relic. Opponent's got a noble hierarch. We got a young pyromancer. I have the Chandra. Chandra probably doesn't belong. And the opponent has this obviously is just going super poorly. Can't really trade. Can put a counter on Slag Heap. Could crack the Relic. Don't really want to yet. Could Molten Rain here, but I figure we want to keep up Relic. And we want to keep up Slag Heap so we can get Pyromancer Goggles down next turn as our best chance. Here's Collected Company, which searches for the top 6, grabs 2 creatures, including Eternal Witness, which grabs Collected Company. It's a loop! Opponent is comboing off. You can just see their board here. I'm going to shrink my face. Yo, Tiwu, your face is too big. Your face is too small. I can't see it. Yep. And at this point, it's pretty much top deck removal or you host, bro. There's just too many Molten Rains. Too many Molten Rains. I go for Molten Rain, Collected Company. Welcome to Scoopville, population us. Okay. But this match is a great one. It ends up being very, very good. Spoiler alert, it's 3 games, you can already see, so which means we win one, which is this one. By the way, who can post the deck list below? You're going to get appointed to Grand Master, Arbiter of the Magic for Good Realm if you post the list below. I decided to keep this hand because why would you mulligan this hand? We can bolt the bird, always bolt the bird, always bolt the bird. Tormenting Voice, ditching an extra goggles. And here's welcome to the joys of land destruction, Molten Rain, your temple, and the opponent misses a land drop. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. I decided not to play Young Pyromancer because I want to be able to sweep later on, because I'm greedy. But the opponent's having to discard, and we can't even Incendiary Command, which is annoying. Hit you for 2 with the Get To encampment. I'm going to show you something real cool here as the opponent knocks us to down to whatever. So this deck closes the corner really fast. Incendiary Command 8 to the brain right now. So that was a game. Did we get lucky and the opponent got mana screwed, or did we Lightning Bolt your Birds of Paradise and Molten Rain your Temple? To me, that's just ruthless. All right, game 3. Game 3, this is a very interesting game. I made some mistakes in here, but I mean, you can see this deck is competitive and it's fun. Decided to mulligan that one and kept this one. It's good. We've got Relic, Anger, and Molten Rain. So we have gas. I decided to put that Young Pyro on the bottom because all I really care about is for one, it let us bolt that Noble Hierarch. For 2, we want to dig for our goggles so we can win the late game. Opponent has a Spellskite down. Not great. And there's a Kitchen Finks. So here we could go Anger the Gods, we could go Molten Rain. I want to go Molten Rain, blow up your temple. We've got Relic for Kitchen Finks. Sudden Shock here. So I make a really horrible mistake here by exiling this Relic, and it makes this game way hard when it would have been way easy. So the reason it's a big mistake to exile this Relic is because this Relic is keeping that Kitchen Finks in check, but more importantly, the way we can lose this game is the opponent going Collected Company into Eternal Witness, picking up Collected Company from their graveyard. Relic interferes with the graveyard, and we kind of need it, but for whatever reason, I was like, I'll just cycle this here. I realized my mistake, like, oh shit, game's gonna be way harder than than it should be. As we see, Collected Company does not hit Eternal Witness, but this opponent starts to beat down. There's Eternal Witness, so now we need to fight through another company, and the opponent suddenly got all this shit in play. But we've been sandbagging some gas, so we can use red anger to make the opponent sack everything, and bolt that Spellskite, so the opponent has not a lot left. Also, since we're not under huge danger of dying right now, I'm going to go ahead and Tormenting Voice and ship the turn, keep up Sudden Shock, Anger the Gods. Here's a Collected Company, and the opponent gets another Eternal Witness and picks up a Collected Company again. Or does that actually work? The stack. I guess you cannot return. Or you can. It does work. Yeah. So we wouldn't have had to deal with any of this bullshit if I had kept the relic. And this is making this super hard. Okay. Although I believe the opponent fucked up here. They really should have used Gavany Township. So the mistakes go both ways. Unless the opponent has another. No, they played it perfectly fine because we already know they have another thing. So there's a very, very interesting play here. The opponent has another Collected Company. We go Anger of the Gods. If this resolves, we're going to Sudden Shock that Wall of Roots, and the opponent is not going to be able to develop their board. They don't know we have Sudden Shock. However, they go ahead and they make a mana, which is just worse because it forces them to take action right now. But it ruins our Sudden Shock play, so pretty brilliant by the opponent, or accidentally great. This time Collected Company finally is not very good. It hits just a Kitchen Finks, but we're at 5 life and we're still trying to stabilize. So the opponent goes for Gavany Township. Alright, we gotta use Sudden Shock to reset that Kitchen Finks. Finally, Goggles coming down, exiling, discarding Magmatic Insight. Draw 4, we're starting Ancestral Recall. Oops, I forgot to play. Did I forget to play a land there? Probably. And there's Township. So now we got to stabilize. What's it gonna be? Check this out. Here's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be Incendiary Commands, 4 days, 2 damage to each creature, 4 damage to your artif 4 damage. Destroy your land, 2 damage to each creature. Use Relic to exile Kitchen Finks. Now you got nothing but a land left. Did I forget to play a land again? No, I don't think so. Okay, so time to play some Young Pyros and a Tormenting Voice, and the opponent scoops. Check it out, we won. We were at 1 life. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically a run through of the deck. You can see we've got some removal and some land destruction, some card draw, some gas, some late game, some interaction. It's a deck that gets to play a lot of lands, but doesn't flood that much because it's got Tormenting Voice and Magmatic Insight. Super fun deck. It's not meant to be 100% competitive. I just wanted to do it. And yeah, I hope you like this deck. Let me know what you think in the comments. I love you. Love your feedback. Also, yeah, if you haven't signed up for the free workshop, deck crafting, click on that email below and get in there right now. If you haven't got the ebook yet, check that out. If you have got the ebook and we haven't talked about the mastermind yet, send me a message or send me a comment. We have a elite small coaching group of players who we help get way better, and they do get results. So send me a message if you're interested in that. Otherwise, see you back here in the comments. See you here tomorrow. Love you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Take action. Yeah.